Yo, what up everybody? Happy Valentine's Day to everybody celebrating. If you're not celebrating, make sure you show yourself a little bit of extra self-love, because that's what it's all about. Today I'm going to be talking about two things that I love, and those are the Rane 12s. What up guys, my name is Mike, I go by DJ Access, and welcome to my channel where I conduct tutorials, perform DJ routines, and discuss DJ related topics. I know it's been forever since I've posted a video. I've just been really enjoying some of the other aspects of DJing, and I typically like to get my video ideas from the comments. So if there's a topic you want me to cover or something you want me to review, please let me know in the comments and I'll definitely make a video and make sure it's on this channel. The comment section has been a little scarce, however the subscriber section has been going nuts. So if you're new here, thank you so much, and if you're an OG, obviously, you know I appreciate you being here from the start. I just wrapped up Buck-I-Thon with DJ Show, and it was an absolutely incredible time. I'm working very hard to get that content out to you as quickly as possible, but I want to make sure it's absolutely right. I just signed on with Peerless Management Group here in Columbus, Ohio. They have venues like Dahlia and BBR. I'm doing their Bounce Thursday hip hop night. Tonight I'll be playing some R&B there, so if you're in the Columbus area, make sure you come out. And there'll definitely be some more dates and parties coming up in the future, so stay tuned. In addition, after the Buck-I-Thon content goes up, I'll be posting a video on the importance of color coding your cue points and how it might help you mix more quickly, and how it might make mixing easier for you. So I think that's all the updates. Let's get into the video. I'm talking about the Rane 12s today. I recently posted on Instagram that the Rane 12s are the first product to be better than the Technics 1200 turntables, and people freaked out. So I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to review them. There's other reviews out there. I just want to talk about why I love them so much. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is my background and the different type of players I've used, and so you get an idea of, you know, where my perspective's coming from. So I did not start on Technics. I started on Newmark Axis 9s, which are very basic entry-level CDJ tabletop player, kind of like a CDJ 900, but think more entry-level. And then I upgraded to a Newmark NS7. Loved that controller. It was my first time having spinning platters, and where I started to kind of get into scratching a little bit. I really wanted bigger platters, so then I got Technics and I had a Rane 57. That's where I really started to practice turntablism and kind of fall in love with the art form. From there, I was playing on CDJs anytime I went and played out in clubs, so I went and got a pair of those so I could practice as well as bring those to my weddings, because I wasn't really comfortable bringing turntables to weddings, just for all the reasons I'll talk about in a little bit. And then I have had a number of DJAXCESS controllers as well as the DJAXCESS that I've played on, and then finally these came out, and I'm actually getting rid of my second pair of Technics. I still have my first one, don't worry, but I'm actually getting another pair of these just to give you an idea of how much I've kind of fallen in love with them. And the first reason I've fallen in love with these so much is their reliability. And you'll notice there's no tone arm. Obviously, there's other videos covering the reviews and what actually the Rane 12s are and do, but no tone arm, no needle. I don't have to clean off the needle. I don't have to worry about someone bumping the table and skipping the needle. I don't have to worry about you know, being too heavy-handed. If I have a really long backspin, I can whip that thing around and it's going to stay true to where it is. I don't have to worry about jumping the needle off. They're just really reliable. To give you an idea, I was at Buck-I-Thon this past weekend, and scientists from Europe come to this event because it's hosted on the second floor of the Ohio Union large student center building, and the people are going so crazy that the floor actually gives, and these scientists come in and measure that give. So you know, yeah, they're underneath measuring the give of the floor on how much stuff is bouncing, and I'm trying to play records on it. So in the past, I've brought out CDJs. I've used the DJAXCESS, and those have worked out fine. This was the first year I got to use the Rane 12s with them, and they worked out absolutely great. Even more great than I could have ever imagined, because I was actually doing some battle tricks when people are actually going nuts, and I went to do my spin. So that usually comes over, I'll go behind the back here, and then I'll spin around. Well, typically I'll do this routine without headphones, but with Buck-I-Thon, all the craziness, I do need headphones to mix. And I had my headphone off one ear. When I did the spin, headphones flew off, landed on the deck, and just like that, kept playing, right? Music is still going. And the obvious answer is get good, scrub. And I'll take full responsibility for, you know, getting through my trick, but messing up by throwing the headphones on the platter. But the platter is still spinning. So if I was using Technics, that would have been like a really, really bad mistake. Music would have stopped and, you know, ruined everything. But because I have the Rane 12s, music kept going. And I hope the video comes out and you just see me kind of staring at it like going, oh, it's still going, and you know, taking my headphones off and actually going back into mixing the show. But it was, I mean, that sold it for me. Like, that's when I mean, I fell in love before, but that was like, I got to do a video on this. This is absolutely incredible. So the reliability factor is incredible. The branding is really cool. So these are like my fun set. I obviously have like one more professional set that just has my logo and are white, but you know, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I got that going on. These are by 12-inch skins, but there's a number of companies who do you know, the acrylic design. They come with vinyl and it feels really, really good. This is just better for branding, and actually I kind of like the acrylic better now because I don't have to lick my fingers anymore like I would with vinyl. Yeah, I know it's gross, sorry. So we got the branding aspect of it. Some people do the entire Rane 12s. That's a little bit too much for me, but it looks really good on some DJs the way they design it. And then as far as functionality, you get 8%, 16, and 50% on the pitch range select. So if you want to create your own transitions, it's super, super easy now, especially since you're not worried about the record going off, because it's kind of more of a controller. It works out really, really well. Setting cue points is a lot easier as well because it's more of a controller rather than DVS. You get your cue points up here. I typically won't use them. I'll use the cue points on my mixer. However, I do kind of do a little something sneaky where I'll use the cue point and auto loop at the same time, and that's been really helpful. I know what they were trying to do by trying to combine the needle search as well as the cue points. I'm sure it works for other people. I just prefer, you know, these pads are just so great that I'll use these most often. You get a pitch bend by holding the 33 RPM and then using your second finger to hit the 45 RPM. I would have just loved to have two pitch bend buttons, you know, standalone, but I do like that they give you the pitch bend up, and then it is easier to just like pitch bend back with like your thumb or dragging the record or whatever you need to do. So get some functionality there. A couple of concerns or opportunities. I do notice when I flick the motor off, there's like a pause and then it'll start to do the motor off. It's slight, only I notice it, but again, this is me talking about improvements. I will say that one of my start-stop buttons, there's like a little spot where if I hit it, oh, there it is, right there, where if I hit it, it won't actually start. And there were some concerns when Denon took over Rane that there would be some quality issues. So I don't know if this is just my player. I don't typically beat up my equipment. My equipment lasts a pretty long time, but I did notice that. Has it affect my playing? Not really. You can see that I really have to look for this spot for the start-stop, and typically I'll start the record and then use cue points to or start it with my hands. So I'm not using the start-stop a whole lot, but again, I'm talking about opportunities here. And then I would love some of the pads like they're having on the reloops with the pitch play. I think those would be really, really dope. And just having maybe more options and more kind of things to play with on the actual Rane 12. So that kind of covers functionality. If you want to know what I think about the full setup or the Rane 72 versus the S9, I do have that video. I'll link that right here. And as soon as Phase comes out, I promise I'll do a comparison between the Rane 12s and Phase. And once again, if there's something you want me to cover on the channel, leave it in the comments below, and I'll make sure I get it. I read all the comments and try to respond to everything. Just happy that you're here. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.